top seeds still play for it. A trip to the Final Four on the line in Indianapolis. The Purdue Boilermakers out of the Illinois. One Big Ten team has punched their ticket to the Final Four. Now the winner of this one, Cousy Award finalist for the best point guard in the country. Veteran lineups, experienced lineups. We've seen them all year, and now we're ready for.
And keep your eye early, Purdue. How do you guard the post without giving up three-point shots? You got to do this. Defense.
And that win over Texas in the Sweet 16 here on Thursday. Lawyer, sharpshooter, and he's cooking from the field right now. Comes up.
Force you to have to succumb to their physicality, and that's when they can knock you over the head with a three, kind of like this in the corner.
Yeah, just because they don't doesn't mean the owner will take the bait to shoot the three. Burries is one of those guys who can shoot it 41% during the regular year. Here's Smith now. Answer three. Teams in college basketball. It is a roster that comes at you in waves and can beat you in many ways, including that way. As Karchenkov drives and scores with a matches up against Smith. They surround Kaufman-Renn. Cole Pete's got him. Burry's there to help. Kaufman-Renn scores it anyway.
And will not beat you with athleticism. He beats you in between his ears. Excellent footwork and a soft touch inside. Speaking of which,
a double-double in round two. Kaufman-Renn left open again. And now Smith drives it. Up and over Karchenkov. Fadeaway as well. This matchup between these two will be something to watch. It's Cox who gets Bradley. And now Pete springs free on a little pick and roll action. And Koa Pete. Already Arizona establishing themselves in the paint. Smith for three again. Shot is pure early for Braden. All has seen their scoring up in the NCAA tournament as we send it over to Allie LaForce.
No one's more, who was also playing for Arkansas Tech. They both ended up coaching at Westfield High, where Braden went to high school. He remembers.
And only made 4 all tournament. He's got 2 already. Burries misses a 3. Pete offensive board. Bradley, he'll pull it. Mid-range is good for Jaden Bradley.
right, the quick trap by the Wildcats.
Arizona throttled Arkansas in the Sweet 16 as Koa Pete gets it deep. Relive, little push shot. No, Lawyer clears. Oh, almost a turnover. It is a turnover. Karchenkov running with Pete. Karchenkov will lay it in. Inside Tomeawaka. First minutes on the floor. Great off the bench. 6th man of the year in the Big 12, but he goes to work right away. Green light. Wanted to battle with Texas, the 11th seed in the Sweet 16. Kaufman-Renn's put back to win it with .7 left. His Clough is fouled on his way in. Daniel Jacobson, backup center, on his way in. He's going to have to give him some big minutes here tonight.
Matt Painter earlier in the season. I said, do you just have the market on 7-footers now? I mean, it's...
Harris got the poke away. Harris sets up in the corner, resets. And now Meyer, no. They were top 15 in the country this year in both field goal percentage and three-point percentage. And they're finding themselves with some open looks. Kaufman-Renn scoring 25, 19, and 20 points in the first 3 games. Three-pointer is down. Jakari Harris. Halfway through this first half. Bradley. And Harris with the rebound.
Offense by Arizona to get back.
Harris with 2 steals already, Jim. Here's Meyer now. Mid-range jumper is true. Soft rims here in San Jose. Oops. Arizona led the country in free throw attempts this year. And a walk. School records for Arizona in free throws made and free throws attempted this year. Meyer drawing a crowd. Clough. Little turnaround. No good. Clough. Bothered by Krivas' size, but he's trying to give it up. Got away with a look. In the corner, Harris for 3. Down it goes. The big man, the Aussie. If Arizona can respond here. Karchenkov running with Bradley. Starters on the floor. Blocked by Clough. Arizona hoping to force the Purdue head coach to put him back in there. Meyer. Another shooter's touch.
And Meyer, Fletcher, Lloyd, and also Braden Smith, they all love to go to their right. And make shots. And speaking about going to the right, that's a freight train coming down.
Pete. They target Jacobson. And now Pete finds Bradley. Three-pointer, no. That's it.
I'll go with him out, like, get a minute and a half here, get to the under 4, sit it down and bring it back in for the last 2.
From Chandler, Arizona. All Big 12 third team was on the all-freshman team. They pull Krivas out. Smith going to work on the 7-footer. Shot fakes him. Missed it. Krivas.
Braden Smith saw him in the corner of his eye.
Burries misses. Karchenkov is there. Offensive rebound and a putback. In Germany against grown men for a lot of years now. Smith to Kaufman-Renn. Signature push shot.
To their offense. Really doesn't want to call set plays. And that time, good hands. Great hands by Braden Smith.
Smith, 1988 team, which this current team in Arizona has maxed their win total from that year. Jacobson at 7-4 gets the rejection. Save bust. Matt Painter trying to navigate these minutes with Kaufman-Renn in foul trouble. The third three-pointer by Braden Smith.
Braden Smith worked on that the last day, that he was going to be able to be available to get that shot. And you notice something.
Three-pointers. He's got 11. Only has the 1 assist, but he's scoring right now. Now he sets up Cox, and Cox delivers a 3-ball. An 8-0 run with the ball. Final 2 minutes of this first half. Clough banging away with a Waka the strip. Clock ticks. Almost over and back. Now Smith goes to work in a scramble. He'll pull another 3. That one in and out. So, as I mentioned on the Kuzi finalists, one of the 5 best point guards in the country. Kingston Flemings of Houston are the final 5 on that list. Bradley takes on all comers and usually Purdue in their second Elite 8 in the last 3 years. Lawyer catch and shoot. Cash gets. Shooting 60% from three-point range in the NCAA tournament. Up top for Pete and a catch and finish. Smith, he'll fire up another 3. Short, offensive rebound. Cox, got it. It's clicking for Purdue. Arizona winners of 12 straight, top seed in the West. Purdue winners of 7 in a row. Pete, no, a walk. 5-0 in comebacks. And first possession, Bradley misses a 3. Krivas offensive rebound, can't get it. Cox with the board.
Yeah, excellent offensive rebound, but I like the extra effort that time by the Wildcats.
Purdue endures a couple of fouls from Kaufman-Renn, just 9 minutes in the first half.
And now
back on the floor is Jacobson. Bradley drives it, and he'll go to the line. 20-10 in the final 8.5 minutes. As Bradley puts one on the board.
They dominate that category with their opponents. So now if you're able to...
Braden Smith working with Clough. Fires one to him, and Clough drops it in with the left hand.
And that's a beautiful play, exactly where Clough was going to be, and put it right in his pocket.
Smith goes down. He's grabbing at his ankle. Three-pointer is missed. And Braden Smith, 3-pointers. They're open, but they're 1 of 8, and they've missed 7 in a row. Remember, Burries hit the first 3 of the game. Haven't made 1 since. Smith right back to work. Can't hit it. Karchenkov. Here's another 3, and it's another miss. Krivas and Clough. Krivas hits the ground. Hits his...
Of that head, hit the wood. But he's up.
Pete, little turnaround. Up and over. The 7-foot 3. Arizona has a knack. They wear down their opponents. They get them in foul trouble. They get to the line. And they're tapping on the rock right now. Smith. Looks like that ankle is sound. It's the right one. He drops it off. Clough drops his shoulder. Clough against Krivas. That's a man's bucket. Pete goes right back at Clough and scores again. Going to be the X factor. Second half. High-level basketball being played here. Top 2 teams in the West. Clough, and it's blocked by Krivas. Long-footed fadeaway. Forced it. Pete with a rebound. Arizona down 5. Burry set up for 3. Got another one. Arizona missed 7 straight before that hit. Jacobson gets it deep and is fouled.
This young man.
Star. Yeah, he's a star. Jacobson can't hit. Sunday 9 on HBO Max. Pressure free throws early for Jacobson at the end of the season. He is stepping into some big minutes right now for Purdue. Bradley lowers the boom. Bradley puts it in. Pick and roll action. Smith misses. Clough. Offensive rebound again. And he is fouled.
How important this young man is to the squad.
Clough at the line. Kaufman-Wren returning with.
Very important, too, in their two-man game with Braden Smith. Kaufman-Wren an unwarranted and unnecessary offensive foul.
He's tasked with guarding Koa Pete. Now the switch, and Clough is on him, and Pete just rises up. Clough with the rebound. Arizona 2 for 10 from three-point range. Burries has hit them both. Bradley and a man up. Harris commits the foul, and Bradley started 2 this year. He was the player of the year in the Big 12.
See, he really didn't want to say it.
He left out some
he buried the
final
lead.
information, Kenny.
Yeah, Kenny, it don't even count.
Until tonight. Smith to Kaufman-Wren. That little push shot. In and out. Burries with to Pete. Pete moves. Gets his own. Puts it up. He's fouled.
I don't know what. To which they didn't in the first half.
Box the men's Elite 8 live career with 30 points against the Florida Gators in Las Vegas. And he missed both free throws. Start this game about the pressure that stacks up now when you get to this level. Late clock down to 1. Jakari Harris for 3. No. And Karchenkov with a rebound. To end as well. Bradley to Karchenkov. Karchenkov lays it in off the window. Working with Clough. Drops it off. Gets it back, reset, now Kaufman-Wren battles his way to the basket. Tobe Awaka making on.
Karchenkov to let that hole open up for him.
They say not in the act of shooting. And Lawyer, the inbounder, springs free under the basket.
To get that layup is a no-no.
Karchenkov gets a step on Lawyer and a foul. Harris coming over to help. He hits the deck line. Arizona had 8
on their opposing team's interior defense. The physical without committing it.
Away. Bodies on the floor on the other end. Playing short-handed here. Del Orso, three-pointer is down, and Matt Painter wants a timeout. Off his foot right to Lawyer. Fortunate for Purdue. Kaufman-Wren goes to the basket and is fouled. No shot, says Joe. Match here. Kaufman-Wren, he runs into Krivas though. Clough with the rebound. Offensive rebound number 11 for Purdue. And Kaufman-Wren wide open. Arizona leads it by 4 with the ball. They've come out with urgency and efficiency in the second half. And Karchenkov, he's grazed on his way in. With this free throw, already taken more free throw attempts this second half than they did the entire first at Android. Arizona trying to make it to the Final Four for the first time in 20.
See if he can make something happen here. Empty corner, one-on-one.
Yeah, it's going to travel. Krivas is a mountain underneath. All the shooters are covered.
That's right.
Nowhere for Kaufman-Wren to go. Pete drives it. Pete taking on Kaufman-Wren. Gets his own. Puts it in.
Up in the air off that miss. That make an explosive young athlete. Knew it was coming off. Watch him.
Called for the ball right there. 3 Wildcats in double figures. Arizona just picked up their 6th foul. Smith, who made 3 threes in the first half, comes up empty. Saved by Del Orso. Harris hit a couple of clutch threes in the first half. Now he drives it, taking on Krivas, and he puts it in. 9.5 to go in regulation. Bradley against Harris. Pump fake. Bradley with the left hand. spectacular move to get to the back.
Back into that action, and the middle pick and roll has paid off for Arizona.
Bradley gets a step, and last time.
Pete.
Pete had a block, got it back, puts it back. Koa Pete, another offensively. Pete picks up Smith, and it's a foul on Koa Pete. And that's foul number 7 for Arizona. Calmly knocks down the first.
Scoring a lot of points, i.e. like Arizona, so you have to keep it within the 2 to 3.
Get them here to the Elite 8. When they get a lead, they usually put the choke on the opponent. Karchenkov misses a 3. Burries wrestles for the... Smith drops it off for Clough, and a foul. Got Tobe Awaka.
Modifies their game plan, and then they become deadly. It's hard adaptability, and that's what they've been able to.
Matt Painter reminding his teams just the basic things. Rebound. He said you have to sacrifice for your team, and you have to.
Inside, Koa Pete, no, and Krivas reaches up over everyone, sets up Burries. It is good! Burries with a corner 3.
Off by Burries, big-time three-point shot.
Smith looking for Clough, misfires. Burries on the break. Karchenkov scores it. Lawyer back on the floor. Long 2 from Fletcher Lawyer. Burries there with a rebound.
Gonna have it. He's your mainstay. Made 4 last game.
Drop off Krivas. And he's fouled. Serious foul trouble for Purdue. And Krivas knocks in the first. Rebounds, 14 points against Arkansas, and a rollover of the Razorbacks. 2. Lawyer finds Kaufman-Renn. Krivas forces him into a tough shot. And we got a whistle here.
His favor in that first half.
Great point. Kaufman-Renn finds Cox. Bradley's right in his pocket. But Cox gets the shot to go. A jumper is good.
But you got to get stops on this NBA.
Arizona up 11. Karchenkov. Oh, big passing. And Koa Pete packs one down. What a... And that's going the other way. Push off. They might be the number 2 overall 1 seeds. Duke number 1, then Arizona. But I don't think you talked Final Four since 2001. Burries. And it's Clough and Krivas, and a foul.
To your offense, that's tough to take away.
Come. Oscar Clough. South Dakota State transfer. Dakota State and a perfect fit for this Purdue team. Big Ten tournament champs. Won 4 games in 4 days, beating Michigan. As Kaufman-Renn. Second chance here for Purdue. They need 3-pointers. Arizona chasing them off that line. Now Lawyer doesn't need a lot. In and out. Purdue 0 for 6 from 3-point range this half as Burries on the take, foul.
Interior passing, defensively protecting the rim. Now this Arizona team put a lot of pressure on.
Tonight for Arizona, they have so much talent, so many waves of that. And Lawyer bouncing off his shoe, and look at Burries on the deck. And Karchenkov is going to put it in. And Arizona is going to forge its lead, 72 to 57. Desperation time for Purdue. Kaufman-Renn with his signature push.
He's done in the second half.
Arizona's plus-minus in this tournament is nearly plus 23. They're blowing out people. Jaden Bradley, mid-range jumper.
Put themselves, with a substantial lead.
Kaufman-Renn backs out Bradley. Mismatch. Bradley fouls him. Kaufman-Renn scores it.
Defensive end to be able to really get quick possessions, cut into the lead. And make you free.
First half, and a clean sheet here at half number 2. Karchenkov drives, and a little hesitation.
Others that help teams, I don't care if it's college or professional, win championships. And Karchenkov right now.
5th year anniversary of that team. They recognized that team earlier this year. Luke Walton, Richard Jefferson, part of that group. That is not the case this year as Kaufman-Renn can't get it to go. Sums up the night. Jimmy going to be the end of the line here. Continuity it's going to come to an end here tonight in San Jose.
Well, that trio, I think they're the winningest trio. Braden Smith, Trey Kaufman-Renn, Fletcher Lloyd been able to accomplish as a trio. It hurts now.
It's an Arizona story. Tommy Lloyd and the Arizona Wildcats are headed to the Final Four.